It's a Magnus Carlsen game that we are going to have a look at. Magnus Carlsen, playing for the WR chess team, is up against Dmitry Andreikin here at the World Blitz Team Championship. 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. E4, C5. We have the Sicilian and H3. Wow. Magnus is like, I'll play just about anything, and he plays C3 now. The Alpine and E5. Suddenly transposing this into an advanced French, but D4 not letting white create a connected pawn chain. Interesting. Knight comes out to F3, putting pressure on the central pawn, also defending his E5 pawn. Bishop comes out to G7, now putting pressure on E5. We have a check, and you can play bishop to D7, and Magnus can capture here. Queen takes D7 so that the knight can come out on C6. Castles. The knight comes out and rook defends the pawn. Okay, what to do about the knight on G8? I believe knight at 6 is the most natural move, but Andreikin pushes the pawn to D3. He's asking a question to the bishop on C1. What are you doing there, my friend? You are completely blocked up. However, B4 is possible to kind of try and open up the queen side. Magnus goes first, knight to A3. Very unusual position because knight comes out on A3, the other knight will come out on H6. Now Andreikin goes knight to H6. He's getting ready to castle. Queen comes to B3. So Magnus is looking in this direction, but actually castling is possible. Although you could be a bit worried about the E6 move. He castles. Black already seems to be in a very nice position. Look at this bishop on C1. Ooh. And now it will be interesting to see what Magnus does. He's already slightly behind on the clock. Queen C4 he plays. So he's eyeing the C5 pawn, also the D3 pawn. I mean, a move that comes to mind is B6 to just defend the C5 pawn. But also possible here is to play, yes, B6 is a good move. I think completely fine. And now B4. Good or bad, you had to play that at some point. And Magnus would love to get pawn takes pawn, and get his bishop out on B2. He goes rook C8. That's not a great move by Andreikin. He could have taken here, takes, and would have been better, but now pawn takes pawn. And I wonder what is Andreikin's idea. He wanted to go knight A5. Got it. Knight A5 so that he can take on C5 with the queen, with the rook. Now, queen D4 is an excellent move. Queen D4 offers a queen trade, and also, he goes E6. Such an interesting move. Magnus making this intermezzo. I didn't even think about that move. Pawn takes pawn, taken, and now you take this with a check. Queen takes, rook takes E6. Complex position. This is hanging on E7. C5 can be taken. I think rook takes C5 is fine. Yes, giving up the E7 pawn. And now Magnus Andreikin can bring his knight back to C6, defending the A7 pawn, attacking the rook. What you want as black is to quickly get your knight in, somehow wrest control of the E file. If you can do that, you are already in a better position. Meanwhile, Magnus wants to get his bishop out somehow. I mean, his plan could be knight C4, bishop A3, or knight B5, bishop A3, but these moves are not easy to make. Andreikin comes back. Good move. Good move there by Andreikin. He's playing for the team of Baris, and he is doing well. He's putting Magnus under pressure. Magnus comes back. Rook E4. An excellent move. Magnus knows that knight coming out to C4 is what he needs. So he gets his rook there, and I think B5 makes a lot of sense, because then you're stopping the knight from developing. He goes knight f7. And Magnus quickly brings his knight. And now threatening bishop a3. Once the bishop comes in, the rook joins in, it's all over. So b5 played. And now the question is, if you, bishop a3, there's rook takes c4. So knight e3, best move played by Magnus. Andreikin needs to be quick now. He has only 40 seconds while Magnus has 1 minute, 45 seconds. a5 played. So maybe to meet bishop a3 with b4. That's the plan. So rook b1 coming out from this long diagonal, putting pressure on the b5 pawn. Now once again threatening here, takes. And you can take back with the pawn. You can even take with the knight perhaps. Well, taking with the knight is a mistake. He takes back with the pawn because of bishop a3. And bishop b2. Magnus playing very quickly. I mean, in the rapid section, he had 4 losses in a row. But in the blitz, he has been absolutely monstrous here. This is the 6th game and he's on 5 out of 5. Knight to b5. For now, white is a pawn up and the b4 pawn is weak. So bishop takes g7, king takes g7. And now Magnus is thinking about what to play. There's knight d5, very nice move. If you take the rook with the knight, the other knight is taken. He finds this move as well. Magnus is absolutely on fire. Rook goes to a8, but now you simply drop the b4 pawn. I mean, you had to defend it with some crazy moves like knight a3 or knight c3, even getting double passers on c3 and d3. But rook a8 allows knight takes b4. And now you have to take. Takes. Oh, he goes knight d4, attacking the rook and threatening a check. Takes. And the rook goes to d6. Now the knight is attacked. He goes rook to c4, attacking the knight. If the knight moves, a2 hangs. Takes on d3. Rook takes a2. White is 2 pawns up. Check. King comes up to h2. Rook e4 and now check. This king will not be able to survive. Check here. King g5, another check on d5, and Magnus has it all covered. Andreikin plays stalemate, checkmate. Magnus Carlsen scores a very nice win. In fact, such a high quality game by Magnus, once again showing that openings does not matter so much when it comes to speed chess, to rapid and blitz. And here Magnus wins with e4, c5, h3. That's amazing game. Hope you enjoyed this game. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye.